Good evening, guys. I wasn't going to do a video this evening, but somebody left a comment on my comment section that inspired me to do this. So I'm going to do this once. I'm going to explain why there is a pre-trib rapture. In the post-trib rapture view, basically, they have to twist and skew the Word of God to make their view fit, because it is basically replacement theology. The tribulation is for the salvation of the Jewish nation and not for the church. We will not be here. The pre-trib rapture view fits more into the timeline of the Bible than the post-trib does. Mainly, the view doesn't make sense. The post-trib rapture view is basically a works-based view, and basically it removes our hope. If you think that we are going to go through the tribulation where we have that chance to lose our salvation by taking the mark of the beast or stand up for our faith and getting our heads chopped off, then that ain't going to happen. The post-trib rapture view is basically a false belief. I'm going to pose a series of questions that post-trib rapture people cannot answer. Number one, if the rapture occurs at the second coming, who will populate the millennium? Answer: the people who populate the millennium were saved after the rapture and were alive at the second coming. According to the post-trib rapture theory, at the second coming, all Christians will receive resurrected bodies, and all the lost people will go directly to the lake of fire. So who will be left to populate the world during the millennium? Because people in the resurrected bodies can't reproduce. Read Matthew 22:30. It will require people in their natural bodies. This is not possible with the post-trib rapture view. Number two, why is a resurrection missing from Revelation 19:11 through 23? Answer: it is not mentioned because it doesn't happen at that time. The rapture is the resurrection of the church. Revelation 19:11 through 23 gives a description of the second coming, yet no mention of the rapture or resurrection. Some people may call this argument from silence, yet this silence speaks quite loudly. This is the biggest event in the history of the church, where hundreds of millions of people are resurrected, and it's not mentioned in Revelation 19 or Zechariah 14. Why? Because there isn't a post-trib rapture. Question number three. Who was gathered first? The wicked? Matthew 13:30 and 49. Or the righteous? 1 Thessalonians 4:16 through 17. Both can't be gathered first. These are two events separated in time. The righteous are first at the rapture, and the wicked are first at the second coming. Question number four. Since Christians will be rewarded crowns at the rapture, 2 Timothy 4:8, 1 Peter 5:4, Luke 14:14. How can the elders in heaven already have their crowns? Revelation 4:4 through 10, if the rapture doesn't occur until the second coming. The rapture must have taken place at this time, which is before the second coming. Question 5. Why do the sheep and the goats need to be separated after the second coming? Matthew 15:31 through 33. if they have already been separated by a rapture when he comes? Answer: the rapture doesn't occur at the second coming, so the sheep and the goats will need to be separated. Question number 6. At the end of the millennium, where do the unbelievers and its kingdom come from? Revelation 20, 7 through 10. Answer: these are people born during the millennium. There are the descendants of the people saved after the rapture who entered the millennium in their natural bodies. How can Jesus return from the wedding if the wedding hasn't taken place? Luke 12:36. The wedding or marriage of Christ to his church has already taken place in heaven at the rapture. The wedding feast or marriage supper occurs on earth after the second coming. Talked about that. I still think it's in heaven, but if I'm wrong, you can tell me during the supper feast. Question 8. Who is the one who restrains that must be taken out of the way before the Antichrist is revealed? 2 Thessalonians 2:7. The church is the biggest hindrance to the Antichrist coming to power and must be taken out of the way. When? At the rapture, the pre-trib rapture. Number 9 is they don't have an answer for. Well, all the other questions they don't. Why would Jesus prepare a place for us and then not take us there? Because he likes enjoying meaningless building projects? Is he building a place in heaven just because he's bored up there? No. Jesus promised he would prepare a place for Christians in heaven, then would return to take us there. John 14, 2 through 3. According to the post-trib theory, Jesus returns to the earth and stays here with the church. The post-trib does not make any sense. It is unscriptural. It is unbiblical. Don't listen to the post-trib rapture views. It is pre-trib, our blessed hope. We are going home before the tribulation starts, and that is very soon. This is a small little clip with those questions posed. I know that they will probably throw some comments in there with some really bad answers with these questions, but I'm not going to argue with the post-trib anymore. My chat is to encourage. My videos are to encourage. Looking for the pre-trib rapture. I'm not going to argue. I'm going to delete them. And that is that. God bless. Thank you for watching.